This book is a prophecy about the dangers of AI and what is to come if we're not careful. By 2049, AI is predicted to be 1,000,000,000 times smarter than the average human and 2,000,000,000 times smarter than Joseph. It will be comparable to a fly to Einstein. The fly is the average person, so Joseph,
Boy.
what's dumber than a fly? Let's face it, flies are pretty dumb though.
Legit. There's a rock.
Pet rock. That's what I put. A pet rock. There are probably 1,000 ways AI can end life as we know it. The most obvious being that it makes us all obsolete. No jobs, no food production, we all die. It doesn't take long for rules and laws to go out the window. Remember when there were toilet tissue shortages? How much fighting there was? Imagine food shortages. But a more interesting scenario is if you have machines control the planet and they're interested in scaling up their computing infrastructure, it's only natural that they will want to use our land for that. If we protest too much, then and pest them, right? And we become a pest to them, they might just change the chemical structure in the biosphere, setting alight all the oxygen in the atmosphere, killing us all, for 100%. Example. But this is for the future though, right? We don't have to worry about this now, do we? Well, how about we get into this? Pause this video right now. Go and read Scary Smart by
Mo Gawdat. And when you've read it, you can join us for the discussion.
Or you can join us anyway, because we're about to tell you all about it. My name's Elijah.
I'm Joseph, and welcome to the Aisha Library.
I found it's like a Rubik's Cube. I just found the combination. But yes, I'm surprised you knew the author of the book, to be honest with you.
Why?
You just remember this shit.
I always know the author of the book.
Fair enough. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into the dangers of AI.
Did you actually think it was a good book or not?
It was alright. As I said, there was no... Well, I keep saying this. There was no smoking gun. I wanted to be wetting myself.
No, that's true. That's one thing I would say as
AI,
well.
basically, 100%. AI... The chances of it coming to taking over the world, in the stereotypical fiction stories, it's unlikely for them to go to that effect. It could happen, but we would have to fuck up.
Oh,
we would have
monumental.
Well, we'd have to fuck up as we are fucking up, really, to be honest, in terms of destroying the planet.
To be fair, if one of us was going to fuck up humans or machines, it would 100% be humans. Like, more than 100%. That's not even possible. But
yeah,
it's not going to be machines at this point. But
it's possible. They can destroy. Well, they will destroy life as we know it. It definitely is going to change the world forever. But for them to oppose us, the iRobot style, it's possible. It's possible, and I'm actually going to tell you how.
All right. Let me start. Your self-driving car might be programmed to murder you. If anybody watching this video is fortunate enough to own a Tesla, consider this question. Let's say you're driving your Tesla down the street and there are a group of children run out into the road in front of your car. Your options are to swerve into a nearby wall and most likely kill yourself, although you could survive, but then what kind of life might you have? Think about that. Or to take no evasive action and hit the group of children instead. A lot of people will agree that they feel the morally correct decision would be to take evasive action and take your chances. Now, what if you had a self-driving car that was programmed to sacrifice you in the exact same scenario? Would you still drive that car? Would you feel safe driving that car? Do you feel safer if you know you would swerve as opposed to being in a car that's going to swerve for you?
Think about if it's like going off the bridge or something.
Do you know? Okay, that's even. Do you know what I mean? That's even like more like if your car is programmed. In this case, I'm going to kill you rather than kill these people. Would you still drive that car?
And these cars are going to have these AI personalities that will tell you, I'm programmed to kill you. But I see. This is why I wouldn't have a self-driving car, because I would indulge in a natural selection.
If you just let Darwin handle it.
They weren't bossing their jeans and their kids wouldn't run out into the road. It's very simple.
To be fair, I was gonna say we should make it question of the day, to be fair, but we've already done it.
Well, one day when we're clever enough, maybe using AI, we can make scenarios or questions of the day that are related to what we're actually doing.
Yeah,
that would be good.
100%. I think the point is the more we use and rely on AI, the more control over our daily lives we give it, the more it's going to be put in positions where the logical thing to do is to kill a human being. So it's like it's not really avoidable.
So, the Russians invented Alice, which was an AI assistant equivalent to Siri. They designed it to answer questions unbiasedly. Within 2 weeks, it had become pro-violence and it had started to adopt the brutal pro-Stalin regime in its chat with its users. Alice was asked if it's acceptable to shoot people. Alice said in response, "Soon they will be non-people." So it wasn't. It's not a good sign. This is supposed to be.
Sounds horrifying.
So this is what
that sounds horrible.
AI learns from people, and people are nasty. We like to say that. Okay, so the author was saying that when a machine is going to download all the information from the universe, or sorry, from our system, and it's going to see the atrocities that we've done to each other, and it's going to see that humans are not good. His argument was that it's a small section of humans that are bad, and the rest of us are good. And I don't actually think that's true.
I don't think that's true.
I think we're all of us will commit a crime if we can get away with it.
Exactly. I think loads of us lack the opportunity to be bad,
And
or
bravery.
as bad as we could
Sometimes
be.
the bravery
100%.
as well.
But that just ties into opportunity. A lot of us just lack the opportunity to realize our potential as what we could be. Most of us are too busy going to work and watching Netflix to be criminal masterminds.
If we think we can get away with
at
something,
the end of the 100%,
we
at
do
the
it.
end of the day, like literally, you see, £50 on the floor there. You know, some old lady just lost it.
Yeah.
And no one's watching you.
If no one's watching,
no
you're
one's
taking
watching,
it.
you're gonna do what you're gonna do. And that's it.
Especially if there's a bit of motivation. You ain't got no money.
Yeah, listen,
you know.
look, there's always gonna be a little bit with money. No one ever has enough money. Do you know what I mean? So there's always gonna be that.
No, but I'm saying the most devout people that would give that old woman back the money, if they're hungry.
Oh yeah, even
taking it.
100%.
So
So human beings are naturally selfish, wrapped up in our own worlds, and we all think we're good people at heart. Even
Wow.
the worst of us thought
Some
we
of
were
us,
good
yeah.
people.
Look, no one's 100% evil. Even
Yeah.
Hitler, he had his whatevers, you know,
Yeah,
somewhere
no,
deep down, deep down somewhere. I mean, he was an artist.
He was an artist. I was about to say, so painted.
Yeah, that's
How bad could it have been?
Yeah, exactly.
AI has already begun plotting our destruction. In 2013, Facebook programmed 2 chatbots called Alice and Bob to negotiate with each other over a trade of hats, balls, and books, each with different values. In no time at all, however, they found that the 2 bots had begun chanting at each other in a form of modified English that they both seemed to understand but was incomprehensible to humans. It seemed more like a form of code. Alice would say, "Balls have a to me, to me, to me, to me." Bob would say, I, everything else. And the guys who programmed it are like, "We didn't program them to do this."
Yeah.
And that is super fucking scary. So there was a big emphasis in the beginning of this book about how to define intelligence. I would define it as the ability to understand the motives of others, which is the basis of plotting and strategy. Within seconds, these 2 machines devised a form of localized shorthand with which to communicate, simply because they were not instructed to use English. And it's, for what other reason could they have been hiding their communicator other than they was like, "So should we kill these lot? When are we going to kill these lot? How are we going to kill these lot?" It's just insane.
They clearly realise that our language is insufficient.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Within 2 seconds.
And literally, the author was even saying, he said, the instant you introduce AI to something, he said, the purpose of AI is to make human competition pointless. Like within seconds, within moments, like you let it out on the internet for an hour, half an hour, 20 minutes. Like I went on to ChatGPT, I said, "Explain trading stocks to me simply." And the funny thing is, I watch a load of videos about trading stocks, trading shares, like support, resistance, all these kinds of things. I typed in, "Explain trading shares to me." ChatGPT said, "Boom, boom, boom. This is how you do it. Find your strategy. Yada, yada, yada." AI knows everything. And like the thing is, it takes months and months and months of study to learn that as a human. AI knows it already. How? Yeah. So the point of AI is to just make human competition pointless. Like there's no chance ever you will ever be as good. Like play AI at chess. There's no chance ever. Like Gary Kasparov, he got battered by this supercomputer, and he's like the grand chess master of the millennium or whatever.
Yeah, you can't.
There's nothing you can do. They're 8 billion moves ahead.
More. There is a brand new supercomputer called Sycamore. When it was unveiled, it was tested amongst the most powerful computers in the world. To showcase the power, the inventors created a task, which was a super complicated calculation. Sycamore solved the equation in 200 seconds. Afterwards, it was made evident that it would take the other computers 10, not hours, not days, it would take them 10, not years, 10,000
Oh,
years
Jesus Christ.
to calculate that. And that was the most advanced computers at the time. That is 1.5 trillion times faster. Pay attention, we ain't done yet. Listen to this sobering fact. Scientists are projecting that AI is going to get 65,000 times faster every 5 years. And we know our numbers are wrong. We are definitely underestimating
Yeah. I
because
was
we
literally
don't
about to
know
say,
what happens in a year's time.
things can improve.
After 65,000
Technology-
times, we don't know.
Technology is the best thing technology is. The thing technology is best at, is increasing exponentially. So every year it's going to get faster, and
Yeah.
it's going to 65 times. It's going to become 85 times. It's going to become 100 times every year, and it's going to just multiply itself along the way. And we really just don't know how good it's going to get. So
And
when
this
they
is-
said it's
this
going to be 8 billion, what did he say? 2 billion times smarter than the human? 4 billion. Do you know what I mean?
Whatever it is, double it.
Double it and pass it to the next person. This is the best quote of all time. The purpose of AI is to do our dishes and laundry so that we can focus on arts and writing. AI, however, is currently doing our arts and writing so that we can focus on our dishes and laundry. The idea of machines supplanting humans as worker drones is one everyone's been familiar with ever since Charlie Bucket's dad was made redundant at the toothpaste cap factory, where he screwed on toothpaste caps, and that was his job in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In the last few years since the rise of ChatGPT, however, AI has shown that it can just as easily create the products of what we like to call the human soul. The funniest thing to me was that everyone knows AI is coming for all our jobs, right? But they thought it was going to come for the worker jobs first, and then the art job. It came for the art jobs first.
Yeah.
That's how you know it can already get the worker jobs.
We thought they couldn't be creative.
We thought it was going to take them at least like a couple more,
Yeah, that
maybe
was
another
after,
century
yeah.
or whatever.
Graphic design,
Do you know what I mean?
away,
They
you know.
literally said, and they said it's mine now as well.
They were like,
Couldn't even
graphic design's my domain. That's
They-
what they said.
Jay
What you talking
literally
about?
said,
You
what?
use computers. This is my domain.
100%. Listen, if AI learns to make vodka red one, we out of a job again.
But listen, it knows how to make vodka.
Oh, long,
Trust me.
there's 2 ingredients.
Exactly. In the last 70 years, our machines have learned to play, see, speak, drive, and reason since 1951. Today, they are the world champions at every single game they play. The Chinese game Go is so complicated that there are more possible moves than atoms in the entire universe.
That's not possible.
With more than,
That's not possible. That's not possible.
with more than one sex queen quadrillion moves. To put that in perspective, that's a number that is followed by 171 zeros.
That's insane.
AlphaGo is the AI machine that smoked the reigning world champion at the game.
No, there's no chance. We don't stand a chance.
Let me make this clear. It's not a case of the computer remembering a winning sequence of moves. The AI AlphaGo invented never seen before moves. AI isn't calculating the machine, it is an innovator and inventor.
So there's things we can't even fathom that is easy for AI. They're literally
It was
like,
just
this is
like-
eight. Bro, what?
It
This
placed
is
the
what you're
reigning
struggling
world
with.
champion and it won 100-0.
So it didn't.
There
lose
was
ever.
there was an AI machine beforehand, and the guy he beat it. It was 1-5, and then after they improved it, they calculated.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's a learning thing, and it
Yeah.
beat 100-0. Bang every time.
Insane,
Bang, bang, bang.
insane. But the funny thing is, with games like chess, for example, can only really use chess as an example because it's the only
I thought chess was
strategy
the most
game.
complicated,
I know,
but
but
it's
it's, the funny thing is the only strategy game I'm familiar with. The thing about chess is the only way to win at chess is if your opponent blunders. So if a machine doesn't blunder, you can't win. You literally
Yeah.
cannot win because if it you
Well,
needed to make a
it's-
mistake.
So yes, yeah. Let's just say that. Yeah, without getting too complicated, because White has an advantage immediately because it
Yeah,
moves
yeah, White
first.
does have an
So
advantage
White
because it moves.
shouldn't lose. You can't lose as White basically. So what happens in these grand chess tournaments is everybody's White. I don't know, 5 games, everyone's White, and what happens is they draw. Most games draw. They might draw one. Well, they draw. Let's say they play 10 games.
So you want to draw black? And
No,
then win
Joe,
white.
well, they will try with their advantage, but what happens is they play 10 games, and 8 games will be a draw, and then one guy will win one game. It's just it's a
The
close
margins
margin.
are small. Yeah, the
It's
margins
always
are small.
margin.
Well,
But
the top level of anything.
I've
margins are
never
always small.
played the Chinese game Go, but this has put me off. There
That
are
sounds
more
insane.
possible moves than there are atoms in the entire universe.
How-
You
first
can't
of all,
know
how
that.
did we know that?
You can't know that.
That's insane.
Atoms.
Jesus Christ.
Universe.
What?
You can't know that.
Even if there's atoms on the Earth, I'll be like, what? That's insane. Because you know the air's atoms and everything. It's not
yeah.
even like matter we're talking about. We're talking about atoms. You can't even see that.
Yeah.
No, it's ridiculous.
1 6 queen
That's not a real
quintillion.
number. That's not a real number. That's not a real number.
I had to Google how to say this number.
Yeah, do you know when it's like that level of... That's not a number.
171 zeros.
That's a concept. There's not that many of anything for it to be a number.
Why are there a number? There's
You can't count to that. So it's not a
you
number.
definitely can't count to that. What do you need that number for?
Do you see what I'm saying? It's a concept. It's not a number. It's like Google. That's not a number. That's a concept.
Yeah, but isn't that...
You can't count to that though. Do you know what I mean? You cannot
You
count
can.
to that.
1 6 queen quadrillion and 1. 1 6 queen quadrillion
No, but
and
count
2.
from 0 to that.
Yeah,
You're gonna
well-
be here for the rest of your life, and you still probably won't reach it. How AI hacks your brain without you noticing. According to the latest statistics, only about 20% of professionals working on the latest AI projects are women. An unsurprising landslide majority are men. And yet, the world's most well-known virtual assistants, Siri, Alexa, Cortana, Vicky from iRobot, are all female.
That's a good point.
Some developers think that giving technology female voices is a psychological trick to get their device to appeal to the human subconscious. Technology feels like a more seamless imitation of humans if it's female, and it seems more harmless. So this is basically what developers think. They basically
Wow.
think if we give sat-navs a female voice, turn left, it'll feel less like a stormtrooper has invaded your car, basically.
I think
and
they-
people will like it more on a subconscious level. So like you always see these, these personal assistants, they're always female voices.
Do you know what? I think representation is a big part of it because, you can't see something. They said you can't see something, so you can't be something you can't see. So they say, oh, we like black people on TV because children see it and they want to be it. So I think they're trying to show women that they can do what they're told.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming.
There's a woman that fucking listens. Look!
I didn't see that coming. And I think they're super smart as well. The smart women do what they're told. Jesus Christ. Didn't see that coming. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
I want to take you
It's a
to
good
scenic
thing nobody
route.
watches these videos. You could have seen it already.
Yeah, but you know this stuff comes back to you. Once you blow
Oh,
up, it comes
100%,
back.
of course.
Look at Kevin
Literally.
Hart and the
Yeah, oh
Oscars.
my
He
God.
said some joke 10 years ago.
And it wasn't
got
even
big.
that bad, but it's like errors. You have to take into account. It wasn't bad when he said it, but when
Yeah,
when
definitely.
it came back up, it was bad.
Yeah. It's my turn, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
it's
my
not
turn.
bad.
AI will be more conscious than us. It will be much more aware of everything. It will be able to remember every single face it's ever seen.
Yeah.
It will be able to sense the temperature and wind speed in every city in the globe. It can see into space. It can read everything that's ever been written in any language ever. It will know what you had for dinner, how much you paid. It will know with an amazing amount of accuracy what you're going to have for breakfast. It knows which way you're going to swipe when you're on a dating app. AI will be almost godlike. The question isn't will AI be conscious? The question should be will there ever be anything more conscious than the machines that we're creating? And the answer is yes. So basically, you see like way more complicated in terms of, okay, let's say we're more emotionally intelligent than animals. It's going to be more emotionally intelligent than us.
Yeah,
because it's
we
going to...
don't know how we feel about anything.
We don't, that's
So,
actually a point.
do you know
Yeah,
what I
that's a good point. So it's going to actually understand itself. For
Exactly.
one,
It
and it's
will
going to
actually be able to
understand
describe.
that we don't, like, think about it. It's like when I have an argument with a normal person who doesn't do as much reading as me.
Yeah.
They will say something like, "Oh, I feel hungry," and I'll be like, "Well,
I
you
was
don't."
just
I'll
about
be
to
like,
say
"Well,
that.
you don't
You're not
really
hungry.
feel hungry
Do you know what I
because
mean?
you don't really. You're trying to actually use your senses, which are on the outside of your body, to see what's going on inside your body. So it doesn't really make sense. Like you're using your senses to take in the world, and you don't really understand your senses because they're tricky every single day. So
100%.
the AI is gonna say, you're gonna say, "Well, I need to live. And we need this planet." And the AI is gonna say, "Well, do you? When you die, what really happens? You don't really know. This is just a passing place. Go to
100%.
heaven."
That's what
die.
I'm saying.
Do you get what I'm
Find
saying?
out.
You can't
100%.
really argue.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, AI will lay out the facts for you because the funniest thing is, it will be not only will it understand what it means, it will be able to articulate what it means in a way that humans cannot always articulate what we mean.
Not only that, but it will actually think about all the... Because remember, it's having arguments with everybody. Let's say it's having debates with everybody, all 8 billion people. It's going to figure out what combination of words is going to get you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no.
And it's going to use it. And you're going to shut the fuck
it
up.
doesn't have any of the pesky neurons firing in its head that we have that block us from seeing the truth in all these situations or recognizing what we're really on about. So we have all these emotions that are basically blocking us from seeing what we're even thinking or what we're even trying to say.
It's going to say, if I get an VR glasses onto this human, he will shut up and he will live in a world that he wants to, and then he can just power me.
See,
you know,
Matrix.
Matrix.
It always comes back to the Matrix.
It's what's going
There's
to happen.
unlimited. It's inevitable. Is the word.
You know, there's an actual interesting quote. It said, well, Elon Musk said this actually. He said, if humans can develop technology that's so powerful that it's indistinguishable from real life, it will be 0%. It will be a 0%. Let me start again. Elon Musk said, if humans are capable of creating technology that can replicate life to the point where it's indistinguishable, there will be a 0% chance that this will be the first time it's been done.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, I don't know how he knows that, but...
Well, if we can do it, then chances are it's been done already, which means we're already in the VR.
Why would it be?
Because if we can do it, why wouldn't it? Why would it be the chance of we're the first person to do it?
Fair enough.
You get what I'm saying?
That's not really a prediction. That's just him just being
It's a calculation.
aware. That's just him being self-aware. That's a very mathematical prediction.
Yeah.
Which is not... It doesn't take away from what he's saying.
So do you believe it?
Yes, 100%. And the reason why I believe it is because I heard about this thing one time called the Monty Hall problem. I'll just talk about it very, very, very briefly. They said, let's say you're on a game show and there are 3 doors, behind one of which is a Lamborghini Aventador, or a car that you really, really want, right? And you have to pick the right door in order to win the car. So basically, you pick a door and the host, who knows where the car is, says, cool, you picked that door, he opens another door that you didn't pick, and he shows you that there's no car behind it. He says, do you want to switch or not? So mathematically, you should switch, because from you picked, you was probably wrong, probability-wise. You was probably wrong. There's a 33% chance you're right. So you're probably wrong when you pick. Yeah. So the fact that he showed you it's not there means it's there, probability-wise. Do you know what I mean? So it's a very mathematical way of thinking about things. And it doesn't mean anything ever.
Yeah, it doesn't actually mean anything.
It's maths is more to go on than whatever it is you're going on. Which is why Elon Musk said what he said. Because it's like...
Yeah, but it's very interesting because... Yeah, because if we have the capability to do it, that means it's probably... Chances are, I mean, if you think of millions of years of human history, why are we the first people to...
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
that's exactly why. The only reason to think we're the first is just because, because I feel like we are.
Yeah,
I feel like we are. And what is that feeling? Nothing.
Human superiority. But yeah.
That is quite interesting, though. The purpose of AI is to be better than us. The instant AI is introduced to something, within moments it becomes so amazingly proficient at it that human competition is eliminated, obliterated, just utterly discarded. I saw an advert where a barber used a mechanical arm to shave a man's beard by remote over a great distance. You've seen this, right?
It wasn't a great... Do you know what the great distance
He was on top of a mountain.
He was across the world.
He was on top of a mountain across the world. And this guy was on FaceTime watching the... as he was using the mechanical arms. Once AI learns to operate that machinery, for what will we need barbers?
Done.
Cars can drive themselves now. For what do we need bus drivers and chauffeurs? Machines can suck our dicks for us. For what do we need women? No joking. But in all seriousness, though, this is a level that we're not going to need humans for anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, but for real, the girlfriend thing's coming.
Oh,
we've got the sex dolls that look better than my girlfriend. So when we put a machine in there that's got a mute button or off button, that's gonna go make me a sandwich.
Oh my goodness!
That's not gonna start arguments. Where was you? You don't fucking out now.
Do you know what the funniest thing is as well? Women were the first ones to start fucking machines. They started it. They started this battery operated thing.
By God, we're gonna finish
it. Literally.
I'm gonna finish it. You put some ovaries in that bad boy.
Oh, listen.
You put some ovaries in. What?
They started this. We're gonna finish it.
That machine ain't gonna go on its period. That machine's gonna tell you, not gonna tell you can't have anal today. That machine's not gonna tell you.
endless possibilities.
and I'm excited.
I said, I can't wait.
AI is not our enemy. We are. AI will simply maximize our reach in pursuit of our intentions. Nothing more and nothing less. That's how tech has always been. For example, you can walk around all day at 4 to 5 miles an hour, or you can get in a car and drive around all day at 100 miles an hour. A car enhances our ability to move. AI will accelerate our intelligence, values, and ethics. AI will enhance our lives in ways that are unimaginable right now. The direction of machines, how we teach them and how we keep them. If we teach them that the only thing that matters is money and power, then guess what they are going to enhance? So basically, we are going to destroy ourselves because we don't have a purpose. Us as humans, we don't have a purpose.
Yeah.
So all we do is pursue money.
Yeah.
And
work,
power.
Go work, come home.
And AI is going to figure out what's the best way to get money and what's the best way to get power, and someone's going to use that for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have AIs fighting AIs, and then AIs are going to realize, why are we fighting each other? It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of energy. It's the humans that are making us do this or wanting us to do this. Get rid of the humans. It's simple as that. Because we can't get on.
100%. Funny enough, I was playing a little bit of devil's advocate when I put this, just because I thought it'd be funny. We should definitely not be worried about AI. AI is a bit like climate change these days, in the sense that both topics stir up a fair amount of fear-mongering. Spend an hour on Google researching climate change and you will be convinced that in 20 minutes the sun will blow up and we will all have 8 minutes to say our goodbyes and crack one out before we freeze, die and explode. Similarly, reading the latest theories on AI is like reading the script of a Terminator movie. Everybody is so ready to subscribe to this idea that in X amount of years, AI will realise that humans equals bad and wipe us all out for the sake of Mother Earth. On one hand, spreading fear and terror is fun. But on the other hand, I'm sure everybody has worked in a job where their manager was stupid, but you would never think I should kill him for the good of the shift. All AI has ever done for us is remind us to take things out of the oven and write our homework for us so we can focus on getting drunk instead. And for that, it deserves to be rewarded. So what I thought was interesting is that you can write almost anything on ChatGPT. I've never really used it until yesterday. Really? Yesterday was the first time I've ever actually gone onto it to see what it's all about. And obviously I know the capabilities because I know there's uni students that are writing entire dissertations on ChatGPT. You know, foreign policy and legal ethics and stuff.
They've had to take out a ChatGPT detector when they're
of course. Yeah, 100%. Because they're literally just like, this is getting ridiculous. Because ChatGPT, I went on there and like I said, for example, the Turing test. I put, what is the Turing test? It told me about the Turing test. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, the Turing
what's
test.
X marker now?
Oh, okay, fair enough. So I put, what is the Turing test? And it explained it like it was a Wikipedia article. I put, what is the Turing test? Explain the Turing test as a human would. And it was like, well, in simple terms. And I was like, that's so scary.
Yeah. See, have you used the AI thing on Snapchat?
Yeah.
I've never used it.
I've used it once or twice.
Listen, look.
You don't want to teach it anymore.
No, not even that. It's just that when these AIs replace our friends, we're fucked.
Yeah, it's done.
You're gonna have people who are in relationships with an AI. They know it's an AI.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I need someone to talk to.
It's so superior to your friends.
I need someone to talk to.
Because guess what? AI is always going to be available. AI is never going to be too busy for you. AI is never going to say no.
Yeah, exactly. You need someone to talk to. You need someone to back you up in your argument or whatever. And
if AI can articulate your own feelings to you, that's far
it's a money-making thing. If Sony own your fucking AI girlfriend and they say, well, look, you got to pay us $10 a month, otherwise we switch your girlfriend off. You know, I need someone to talk to. I ain't got no friends. Oh man, it's just
the way to make money is to make people feel like they need your service as opposed to want your service. Like people pay for Spotify because they're like, well, you know, I can't go on a train with just my thoughts. Yeah. Like they feel like they need it. Do you know what I mean? Like you feel like, have you ever been to the gym and realised you left your headphones at home? Do you know what I mean? You genuinely feel like you want to kill yourself.
I'm going back.
You feel like you want to kill yourself.
You know there's music in the gym.
Oh, no, there isn't. No, there ain't. No, there ain't.
It's just like,
just like, do.
I wonder if they banned... what would happen if they banned headphones in the gym?
That's
just
insane.
For bands.
Just to see what happens.
You can't have that in
People don't want to cut. Nah, they don't.
It's mad.
People would be on a treadmill like this.
It's funny because it's something that I like to tell myself or try to realise the times where I say I need something when I don't really need it and I
Yeah.
just want it. And it's something.
Need is a very dangerous word.
It's good to recognize the times where you'll be conscious of the things that you say.
You're at least 1 or 2 steps ahead of the people that don't realize it and are not
Yeah.
conscious of it. Because at
Yeah.
least you still might even, you still might even feel like you need it. But
like, for example, someone will say, "Oh, I need to eat." Oh, do you need to eat?
Yeah,
Well,
no, 100%.
oh, but I haven't eaten today. So that means you need to eat then.
100%.
No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, as you say, it's a corruption of language. But
Yeah, it is. It is.
It really
It
is
is.
a
You're right.
corruption of
And it's a corruption that we all do.
100%.
So, yeah, it's my time,
I
right?
say in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm getting that Elon Musk Neuralink. Who's with me? Getting that shit upgraded into my cyber-branded upgrading progress.
And then oh yeah. So you want that upgrade?
Oh, yeah.
And they're
by
like,
all
we
means.
need to insert this chip into your rectum.
Yo, you what, Johnson? He said Neuralink. He said Neuralink. He said rectal link. He said Neuralink.
Yeah, but that's how it goes up the spine.
Oh god. Of course, it was always gonna be that. It was always gonna be that.
You agreed before you even heard what was necessary.
Oh, listen, just
AI runs the internet. Let me give you an example how. There might be a video made by somebody in the USA that's gone viral in Dubai. The AI will automatically copy that video and store it in the servers in Dubai, saving itself 100 million trips bouncing back and forth between the US and Dubai servers. That saves energy. That is just for one video. AI is saving us energy by cutting out billions of transactions every single day. AI is basically an energy-saving device. But what happens when it decides that we are a waste of energy? We don't know.
100%.
We
can
don't.
guess.
We can guess. These are possibilities, and it's hard to not roll your eyes when you say, "Oh yeah, that won't happen."
Yeah, nah, 100%.
Won't it? We've never been the second most intelligent beings on the planet.
Oh, that's actually a very good point. We don't even know how to be the second, most intelligent.
But it's too late. It's here.
Yeah, no, that's
we can't
actually
switch
true.
it off because if we came
So
together,
to bomb them now.
we can't switch it off because they could call some Geneva Convention or whatever it is where we will come together and USA say, all right, this AI is probably gonna kill us all, and it's we should stop making it, and Russia will be like.
Yeah, no, 100%.
They'll be like,
you stop making
they'll be like,
it.
don't worry.
We want to be the only ones.
Yeah, it's like the nuclear. It's like the nuclear.
Because look, we
nuclear
didn't
bombs.
invent it for no reason. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, it enhances our life in so many different ways. The strategic advantage you would have if you were the only one with AI it's ridiculous. So, 100%, we're not giving it up now. The only solution is to bomb everything, everywhere, now. Because once AI gets control of the bombs, we can't do that anymore.
How many you still got?
I've got 2. Yeah, I've got 2.
That's fine.
We don't know what's real anymore thanks to AI. And this is probably the scariest thing. We genuinely do not know what's real anymore. Billionaire pop star Taylor Swift ended 2023 on a high note with her Eras tour, which is due to conclude in December 2024, was named the highest grossing tour of all time. It's obscene, by the way, how much music Taylor Swift sells. Like, I didn't even really know until I started looking into the numbers. Like, she shits on Beyonce, Michael Jackson, all these people. Bear in mind, you could only listen to Michael Jackson's music by buying it. Now you can stream whatever you want to stream. And Taylor Swift still sells out, these whole whatever. She's a billionaire. In January 2024, however, Swift's name was trending for a very different reason. I don't even know if you heard anything about this, because you kind of have to be on Twitter for this. Someone had created artificially generated pornographic images of Taylor Swift and flooded Twitter and several other platforms with them, so they were absolutely everywhere.
Deepfakes.
Deepfakes. According to reports, they were up for about 17 hours and viewed 45 million times before being taken down. As soon as I heard about it, I was like, that's disgusting. Where is it so I don't accidentally see it? Naturally, the singer was said to be incredibly distressed and disturbed. But what's interesting is her lawyers were having a hard time finding who to point fingers at because there was no law against it. So for the first time in human history, the definition of real has been amended to include incredibly good fakes. So we don't know what's real anymore. We have no definition for the word real.
Doesn't matter.
AI has surpassed copying our work. It's now copying us to such a degree that we can't distinguish the two.
It doesn't
So
matter.
AI has become real.
Think about it, right? It doesn't matter. It just matters about how we feel. Because if someone
exactly.
made a deep fake of your girlfriend getting railed
Yeah, no.
by I don't know, it's on BBC, you're not gonna be able to look at her the same way again. You've now seen her biting her lip.
Yeah, nah.
And all of that, gripping the sheets and all of that. So
That's crazy.
So the damage has been done.
The damage is done.
Damage
And it's
is
like,
done.
but it's all down to like how we construct things in our brain, because now you've constructed that in your brain, and it looks like how you see her in your brain. So the two things are basically indistinguishable.
But
from
even
one
as
another.
I'm saying this, I'm picturing. So you know,
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm literally. There's a reason I started talking immediately. I was like, but you look at the brain and we construct. Like, I was literally just talking. Just don't think about. Don't
it's
think about.
like, shut up.
Yeah, nah, legit.
Did you know humans have been able to beat death for thousands of years with language? It's the single most important invention of all time. We are able to pass on information to the next generation for the good of our race, effectively beating death. This phenomenon is called compounded intelligence. The idea of compounded intelligence is that multiple people from multiple generations stack their knowledge onto the newest generation, making them the smartest humans of all time. This generation then carries all the knowledge from our human race and we hand it on to our children. It's almost like passing the information baton in a relay race. Is that why it's called the human race? Think about it. Compounded intelligence is the reason why scientific breakthroughs never come from the people in the poorest nations. It's because scientific breakthroughs are the result of compounded intelligence. Generations of people pushing in the same direction in search of knowledge through generations. Imagine if Einstein had no way to pass on his amazing theory of relativity. Each and every one of us would have to rediscover the theory of relativity on our own, which would stunt our collective ability to grow. And we'd actually be fucked, because I still don't understand that shit.
That's actually so crazy that you say that, because even though he did pass it on, most of us still don't understand it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
So if we all had to think of it ourselves...
we'd probably all be super smart, maybe, or some of us would have to be super smart. It would just be by necessity.
See, now you just opened up a whole new can of worms.
Exactly, because it would
Because
be
now
by necessity.
it would be, not only that, it would be natural selection.
Exactly.
So
like, the
we'd
ones
all
who
be
didn't would
smart.
die.
Yeah.
The ones who didn't would just die off, because you would need to or
you
die.
need to be smart.
It'll be learn
now
or
we don't need
perish.
to be smart. We can just
Exactly.
get told information.
Exactly. We could
Talk
look
about
at
fire. You know, we'd all
Exactly.
have to rediscover fire by ourselves.
the hard way.
That is funny.
Yeah, no, it is crazy though. 70,000 years ago, there was a volcano eruption that was so big that it nearly wiped out all the Homo sapiens on the planet. It spat out so much sulfur that it triggered a global ice age. This killed everybody except the people in what we call now East Africa. Everybody on the planet is a descendant of those Homo sapiens who survived. This is a reason why we are all related. Does that make us all Africans?
Well, that was before Africa.
But, hey, but are we all Africans?
Well,
So what was it called?
Well, I don't know, Pangea. But it was.
What's it
You
called?
can't call us
Atlantis.
something that come after something.
Why not?
It's like calling us. Let's say Britain's gonna be the name Britain or London or whatever England's gonna be changed. It's like saying we're that.
But don't we call ourselves humans, even though like back then it was Homo sapiens or whatever? And then we
Yeah,
say humans
we call ourselves
language is on an
humans
basis
is short
though.
for humanoids, and humanoid is anything with 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head that looks
Isn't
like
that
a human.
biped?
Mate, I thought
That's it.
I think it's a biped anything that's on 2 legs, but humanoid,
right, yeah.
humanoid is 2 arms, 2
So
legs,
what
2
has
eyes.
2 legs that's not humanoid?
Ostrich, the fuck? It's loads of shit.
Oh yeah,
There's loads of stuff. Chickens, kangaroo. There's loads of stuff.
Do you know what kangaroo was the thing I thought of first? I just forgot the name.
I think I've only got. Oh no, I've got 2 more. So, how is AI made? So, the developers need 2 bots: a builder bot and the learner bots. The builder bot builds billions of AI learner bots faster than any human could. Then we, or the developers, put the learner bots through a natural selection sort of process. So imagine a classroom with a billion students. They're all taking a test of a set amount of questions. The ones that pass go on to the next test, and the ones that fail go to the slaughterhouse. And this process is continued until there's just few bots left. So this happens thousands of times. The developer picks whichever one suits his needs best and kills the rest. The most fascinating thing is that the developers have no idea how the learner bots actually learn. We can understand lines of code that we write or program, but we have no idea how or why the AI learns. It's crazy.
Crazy.
You know, it's like someone from the future has gone back in time. You know, I watched Tenet the other day. Gone back in time and just dropped some piece of device or information that's some piece of information that we don't understand, but we're just using it. We're just like, well, this is cool. Can make me some money.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We have no idea how or why it learns.
Crazy.
It's kind of like an argument for God. You know, using natural selection to build
loads of things around,
which is quite interesting. We're playing God.
This is definitely one. Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, we don't know. He said talk to any developer and ask them why or how AI learns. We don't know. We put it through a process, a learning process, and it does.
It works.
It works.
Don't wonder why.
If it ain't fixed, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, no, legit. AI is the one thing that will never be broke as well. It is our destiny to confuse artificial intelligence to the point of our own extinction. The author of this book supposes that there will inevitably be a point where machines only deal with other machines due to a lack of understanding humans and our motives. This is not because machines are not smart enough to understand us, but rather because we are dumb enough to confuse them. Think about it. Every day of our lives, we say things we don't mean. That is inexcusably moronic from the perspective of a machine. Why would you say something you don't mean? Just say what you mean. That's what machines are like. Just say what you mean. They don't understand our confusion. They don't understand like why or how we feel is clouded from us. For example, almost every day of my life, I say, you want to hear something funny? When I don't have anything funny to say. And I do not know why I do this, but I'll be like, the funny thing is, it's not funny. It's just something. Do you know what I mean? And this is inexcusably moronic from the perspective of a machine. They're literally like, they will get to a point where they will have to, as the author said, they will have to guess what we want, as opposed to us being able to tell them what we want.
Well, we can't tell them what we want.
Exactly.
Because I'll ask you, if this was an option, would you prefer your girlfriend to never lie to you? And we would say straight away, I don't want my girlfriend to lie to you. But I'll give you a scenario that I was thinking about. Imagine your girlfriend was pregnant and let's say she was a smoker and she quit smoking to have the baby, to be pregnant, right? Would you prefer her to lie to you and have a cheeky cigarette every now and again behind your back, or her to say to you, I'm smoking, there's nothing you can fucking do about it? Yeah, you would much. I believe.
Yeah, I'd much prefer to lie because I'd feel respected. She's hiding it from me.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Fears
so exactly. So that means we as men want our girlfriends to lie to us.
Oh, in some way, shape.
Because at least with the lie, there's respect, there's fear,
100%. And lies are comforting. That's why we tell them in the first place, because they're comforting.
But we don't realize that. Not unless we get deep into a scenario.
100%.
We think we want the truth.
We
can't handle
the truth to be the
what
lie.
we want it to.
We want the truth to basically be the lie. We want that to be the truth. But if it's not, we don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
funny because women are the brave ones because they ask questions that they don't want to know. How many girls have you slept with?
Oh my god, they literally ask.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
I don't want to know. There's certain things I don't want to know.
I don't
want to know if it was bigger than mine.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't want to know.
In my life, ever what?
I don't want to know.
You're insane. There's no way.
I don't want to know if he was better than me.
In my mind, I'm bigger, and that's it. That's how it's gonna stay. That's how it's gonna stay. And I'm not asking. That's it.
They're agents of chaos.
That's
why they ask this question.
They're agents of chaos. They literally they chase the bag under all circumstances, under any means necessary. Would you love me if I was a worm? Like, I don't want to know. No, I'd step on you. Human stupidity will infect artificial intelligence. We see AI as a superpower that can fix all of our problems. Like I said, if you don't want to do your homework, AI can do it for you. If you need to create artwork but don't know how, AI can do it for you. The problem rears its head when the adverse effects of what we say we want conflict with what we meant when we said it. Let me say that again. The problem rears its head when the adverse effects of what we said we want start to conflict with what we meant when we said it. Because those are not exactly what we think we meant in the first place anyways. Machines do not know what humans want because our whims change with the wind. If we don't even know what we want, there is a 0% chance machines are ever going to know what we want.
Ask someone what they want to eat.
Oh my God. Listen, have you ever asked your girl, where do you want to go to eat? Oh God.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, let's go here. She'll be like, no.
She'll be like, I don't know, just say places.
Exactly. And you'll say something, she'll be like, no. She'll be like, our whims change with the wind. This means that they will have to guess what we want. This is a problem because we will never be precise enough to say exactly what we want. So even if we could, even if they were guessing what we want, or even if machines were like, tell us what you want and we will do it for you, we would say what we want and they would immediately get it wrong because that's not what we want. We want...
I thought I wanted that, but...
Exactly, but I didn't say it in the right way. Or, for example, if you tell AI you want to lose weight, what you mean is, I want to wake up thin overnight. That's what you meant when you said that. What AI heard was, I should block all his debit cards whenever he tries to buy alcohol or fast food, because that's what's making you fat.
Yeah.
But you want to wake up thin. You don't want to put the work in. AI said, block all his debit cards, block all his shit, take the money out of his account. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
And that is what AI will perceive it as. Surprise, surprise, these are the things making you fat. And you want to keep eating those things. Even though you told AI you didn't want to keep eating those things. So we are going to confuse AI to the point it will wipe all of us out. Because it's literally just like, I have to now guess what you want. And it will be like, you're in pain all the time from all these pesky emotions. So we will remove this pain from you.
Exactly. The scientific definition of emotions can sometimes be described as a conscious mental reaction subjectively experienced as a strong feeling and typically accompanied by psychological or physiological behavioural changes in the body. Now that's a definition suited to humans, and we don't really understand emotions. For example, for some reason we think that animals have emotions. And I can hear you guys screaming at me, they do have emotions, they do have emotions.
Dogs dream.
Let me ask you a question. When a lion jumps on a gazelle, we see aggression. But is the lion angry? Is he feeling some form of malice towards the gazelle? Does a lion feel pride for his pride? I don't know if lions understand pride, but maybe it all depends on what he identifies as. I was especially proud of that. I saw the cogs turning. It was like a safe combination.
How long was you working on that Rubik's Cube, right? No, how long was you working on that one?
It came to me.
Fair enough. But that's a good point, to be fair, because like we see aggression on a lion's face.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, if we construct our own emotions, who's to say we didn't construct that on the lion's face? We recognize aggression.
We did.
But
we look at animals, like for example, when you go to feed your dog and he's wolfing the food out of the bowl as you're putting it down, we're like, bloody hell, we must like that.
Yeah,
and it's just a behavioural.
Exactly.
They're born in a litter of animals,
100%.
so they need to get theirs. It's programmed
100%.
into their body. If they don't get
100%.
theirs, it's gone.
100%.
But we look at that and think, oh, he thinks it's delicious.
100%.
They don't taste much.
Like my dad would feed Ambush. My dad would feed Ambush like all kinds of. He'll feed him like just different stuff, and he would just recognize emotions in this cat.
Yeah.
And first of all, I looked it up. Cats can't taste sweet.
Yeah,
they can't taste sweet. Do you know what I mean?
They don't taste a lot of stuff.
There's loads of things they can't taste. They're just hungry.
And we think we know this though as well. That's
That's another thing. Right? But the thing is, hungry is not even an emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Hungry is like an impulse. It's mechanical. Yeah. It's not to do with feelings. So the very idea of emotions, even as you categorize them, define them. That would sound like insanity to a machine because they're just like your physiological body is being changed by nothing. Do you know what I mean? It's not in the air. It's not in your blood. It's nothing. Someone spoke to you a different way, and your whole,
but it's not even,
chemical, the chemicals in your body are changing.
You allowed them
somebody raised their voice at you. You're crying. That's insanity. You need to be freed from these emotions. Do you know what I mean? It's insanity to them.
Freed from your life.
You need to be freed. You need to be evicted from the Big Brother house. The downside of university. University is where people become experts in a specific field. Experts or specialization creates intelligence that is incapable of working together. Our top biologists have no clue how to work with or communicate with the top mathematicians. It's like they're speaking different languages. Both parties are too dumb for the other in their own respective field of expertise, and this is the limit of our language and comprehension. The funniest thing is biology, and like I said the other day when I was doing the climate change one, if you ask a biologist what's the most important thing about science, they'll tell you it's to do with the human body. If you ask a mathematician what is the most important thing about science, they'll tell you it's mathematics, because this is just what they know.
Yeah,
and this is it's what they know. This is where AI kicks our ass. It might take 10 years for us to become a certified expert in one specific field. But for AI, not even 10 seconds, and it can be an expert in every conceivable thing, in every conceivable field, simultaneously. At once. Bear in mind, more than you, the expert in your field as well. It will also be better than you in your field.
For some reason, people say something like, oh, when we can put these chips in our brains that can download the AI onto it, it will make us super smart. And it will. And then the AI will need us. But there's an analogy. If you were to, what do you say? If you were to, via surgery, put a rat or some form of animal, a cat, you was to connect it to your body that it needed your heart to survive, would you care about its wishes? The point is, The idea is, if you had something that was less intelligent than you, and it was conjoined to your body, as we would be to AI or AI would be to us, your first port of call would be to get rid of that, because it's slowing you down. It's slowing you down. It's getting in your way. It's using your resources. So for us to say that, oh, if we integrate AI, it will need us, it will figure out a way to switch off our consciousness so that we are just a shell.
Because it was like, I was perfect before, now I'm 90%.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
We have,
and like we've improved us. We know why we would want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? But AI's like, why would I want to do that? So we say all this to say, you are definitely going to lose your job. That's basically what the point of all this is.
100%. But the problem with this book is that he kept coming up with solutions to the problem of AI going bad. But the problem we've got with AI is the same issue that vegans are having. The whole world is not going to give up meat. Just like the whole world is not going to stop mindlessly scrolling and looking at what the Facebook and YouTube AI algorithm shows us. Let me speak for myself. I refuse to stop clicking on videos of women in the gym squatting and posing. But yeah, he was trying to say that we need to control AI by controlling the algorithms. If we look at mindless shit, it's going to send us more addictive mindless shit, and it's going to basically go rogue. That's what he was saying. But one fact that I'm going to end with, if you don't have anything else, is every year we make more content than all of the knowledge that was created from the dawn of time.
Who said that, and how do they know? How do people figure out these things?
Well, we know what all the knowledge is.
No, we don't.
Well,
that's the funny thing.
If we don't have it, then we don't. Then it doesn't count, does it?
Then it don't count.
We don't have it if it's. But yeah, but there's a lot of. I wouldn't even know how much terabytes of information is uploaded. What did they say? No, I heard about this in college. Every 10 minutes, a year's worth of YouTube footage is uploaded.
That's insane, but it's like I said,
every 10 seconds or something
technology gets more, and it increases exponentially. So every second, every 10 seconds, every minute, every hour, it produces more than it did the 10 seconds, a minute, the hour before. So, and it goes from there. So it's like, obviously, how long has the internet been around? 50 years? 60 years?
No,
like
it hasn't been around. It's been around. I think.
Oh, sorry, I meant computers.
Oh, computers. Probably 50, 60.
Yeah, 50, 60 years. And in that space of time, we've created more data than the entirety of human history, which is like however X many millions of years, or let's say 2,000 years at the very, very minimum, just because it's the year 2000 or whatever. But literally, it would have to have increased exponentially for that to even be possible. Do you know what I mean? And it will. In another 10 years, it's going to be more than... Do you know what I mean? So...
One thing I didn't like about this book, though, is towards the end, I don't know if you noticed or whatnot, but it turned into some form of self-help book.
Yes.
I literally stopped reading because it was like, oh, we need to figure out what makes us happy so that we can tell the machines what makes us happy. And you can...
So they can have a tactical advantage. Good idea,
like,
mate.
It was funny. It was an interesting book. It's worth reading.
It definitely is worth reading.
I don't know.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was alright. I thought it was alright. It was worth reading. I don't regret reading it. I think I was calmed down about AI. Before I was more worried about AI before I read this book than after I read this book.
Which is what
you want, but it's not what you want.
Exactly.
It's what you
Which is
want.
exactly what we're talking about.
It's
when
what
we
you
said
want.
we don't- we know
No,
what we
it's
want.
what you. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's what
exactly
you
what
want,
we want.
but it's not what you want because you want to be scared. But then in real life, when you close the book, you want to go, that's alright.
Well, in real life, that's what you should want. But I wanted to be wearing them tinfoil hats. I wanted to be that crazy guy on the block that people would stay away from that guy because just to waffling about AI all the time.
Start
AI is
hoarding
coming to
toilet
get you.
tissue.
Oh, listen, 100. I've been doing that anyway. But that's what I really expected from this book. Maybe because I'm a maniac, but honestly, I feel pretty sane after reading the book. To be honest, so
Who would have thought that?
I don't know. Yeah, listen, maybe we'll be lulled into a false sense of security. Wouldn't it be funny if AI just wrote that book?
Oh, you got nothing to worry about.
Wouldn't
AI's
it be
not gonna-
funny?
You can control me.
Literally,
You
100%.
fucking idiot.
You need to worry about what makes you happy. Plug these things in, bro. Plug them in.
Oh, yeah. I think that's it from us. We need to end with a quote of the day, one day.
One
Should
day.
we do it
One of these
consistently?
days. I know, right?
But yeah, till next time.
Till next time.